All right, welcome to another edition of the Above the Bridge podcast. I'm your host, Thaddeus. This is episode 64. First off, shout out to our sponsors. We have Defend Hawaii. If you go to defendhawaii.com, pick out what you want, use promo code ATBpod upon checkout, and you'll receive 15% off your entire purchase order. Second, we have IREP Detail Supply. If you go to irepdetailsupply.com, pick out whatever you need to wash your car, detail your car. They have a bunch of waxes, polishes, soaps. Go to their website upon checkout, ATB Pod, and you'll receive 15% off your entire purchase order. Last up, we have Hawai'i Candy Factory. You go to Hawai'i Candy Factory, pick out what you want. They have a bunch of crazy snacks, noms, lihimui gummies, nerds, gushers. It's crazy. Go to their website. Same thing, ATB Pod upon checkout, and you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase order. Okay, this week, my guest just came back from winning the World American Petite pageant. I think I said that right. She just got off the plane last night, and she's here with us. Her name is Janine Diehl. What's up?
What's
Congratulations.
up? Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Wow, you look fully energized after a long flight from Miami.
I know. I don't know how I am, but I'm here.
So I got so many questions.
Okay.
Honestly, this is one of the first times I heard of this pageant, and I had some Miss Hawaii's on before, but this one seems a lot cooler because you're allowed to be married or have children. Can you kind of explain to me this pageant?
Yeah, so this pageant is actually, it was an international pageant, and it recently came over to America just a couple years ago. And so when I was, looking for pageants to do, this one stood out to me because it tailored more towards the modern woman, meaning it doesn't matter size, height, background, whether you've been married, kids, any of that, you could compete, and there was different categories in which you could compete for. So it really tried to be an all-inclusive pageant, and it was, actually been rated one of the top, I think it's the top 3 pageants, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but according to in the pageant world. And so it was a cool experience because for a long time, pageants, they really tailor to either the Miss, which is the MISS, which is, you have to, up until a certain age, you could never be married, no kids, or Mrs., which is married. And so you kind of had that gap where women fell in between and they couldn't compete. And so they came up with the MS title that kind of just grabs all those women and said, hey, look, we have a place for you to compete, and, come on out. So, yeah.
That's super awesome. I kind of like that. Because you can have children and stuff, then your children can watch you compete. To me, that's kind of super cool.
Yeah.
So have you competed in other pageants prior to this one, or?
Actually, I've only competed in one other pageant, and that was last year. I wasn't a pageant girl growing up. I wasn't very girly. I was much of a tomboy. Very much of a tomboy. Actually, I was sports. Everything was sports. My mom actually had my youngest sister in pageants, and she really tried to get me to do it. And I was just like, no, I'm not doing it. And so during the pandemic, I kind of just got back into, the freelance modeling and whatnot. And a pageant director, I had seen one of my photos on my photographer's page and approached them and asked if I'd be interested in doing a pageant. And I was a little nervous about that. I've never done it. But so last year I competed in the Miss Asia Hawai'i pageant here. It was a local pageant. And I got first runner up for that. So that, I felt like that was pretty good. It was my first pageant. And then I just went on to this one. So it's only been my second one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've only
That's
been
pretty
in 2
good for
pageants
2.
or 2. Yeah. So I yeah, I'm still in shock a little bit, but yeah.
So to qualify to compete in this one, what did you have to do?
So because this is it's a national and international pageant. So what we had to do was go through castings, virtual castings. So we had to submit, photos and bios, and you go through casting rounds, and they kind of keep updating you like, okay, the directors are meeting on, certain girls, today, whoever submitted, and they're going to let you know if you make it to the next round. So it would kind of went like that over a couple of months, and I got to the semifinal round, and then they notified me that I was a finalist. And when I got the
Oh
notification,
wow.
I freaked out too. I was like, there's no way. Like, no way. Yeah, so I was shocked for that at first, to just even make it as a finalist, and to be chosen as Miss Hawaii World's America.
Oh
Knowing
wow.
to represent, the state, my home, where I've been. So I was just super excited to have made it that far, honestly.
Wow, that's super impressive. So it's pretty much virtual until you get up there, and then now what happens? It's like the real deal. Like you gotta. Do you guys have like? Is there like talent, bikini, like all that kind of stuff, or?
Yeah, so we had swimsuit, we had interviews, we had the different something that was different about this pageant, which I liked, was there was a photo shoot component. So one
Oh
minute of
wow.
active photo shoot and posing in front of the camera, all of that. And so that was a area of competition. Evening gown, we also had state costume, and they had just a bunch of different optionals or fun filming events that we could do as well. So it really was a lot of fun, a lot of different things from a regular pageant, I would say. It was a pageant plus a filming production. So we got exposed to different things throughout the week, and it was just an experience.
And
Yeah.
you were competing against girls like from all over the United States.
Yeah, girls from all over the United States. I was competing on the national side. So we competed there. There was the petite division, the MISS division, and the Mrs. division, and we're all grouped together for that pageant. And then there was the international side as well. So it ran two pageants along side by side.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to go. You said you flew up there was about 10 days prior to the pageant, and you're kind of going like this is kind of like something new. This is the first time you're gonna be doing this in the mainland. Who
Mm-hmm.
like who came with you? Like who you had people with you, or like?
No, I mean, people were trying to come with me, but I went by myself. My mom, she said, "Oh, you're crazy. You're going to go there by yourself." You know, I said, if I gotta go, whether someone comes with me or not, And so I decided to go up a couple days earlier, just because, especially, I knew I was gonna be by myself. I wanted to kind of get acclimated and settled and see the venue, see the area, and just, relax a little bit. So it was a little scary at first, going up by myself to a pageant, a national pageant, and not having anyone to help. But I just told myself, you got it, just do what you gotta do. Just hype myself up and kind of calm the nerves as much as I could.
That's kind of cool. That means you had enough confidence to do that by yourself. Like I don't know if I could have. I definitely couldn't do it, but that's crazy. So you're there for 10 days. Like you must have met a lot of cool people. I always ask this question when I have somebody who competes in this kind of stuff. Like, are the girls that you're competing against like super cool, or they're just like, oh, like I'm gonna smoke this girl, or like she don't have a chance? Like, are they like, oh yup, like kind of helping you guys get ready, or like kind of being cool about everything?
I think with the competition, I think always in everyone's back of their mind, right? You're kind of scoping out the competition. I mean, you're in this
Yeah.
competition. You wouldn't be there if you weren't. So I know everyone's kind of looking, kind of checking everyone out, and But I was fortunate, the girls that I made friends with or talked to, whether it was the international girls or the national girls, they were really cool, and a lot of them were helpful, especially if they've done pageants before. So I was really lucky to have met, really amazing girls, and we became, good friends, especially the girls that were in line like before me or after me, because we're always together. They were really helpful. And so I personally didn't have, that cattiness that sometimes can come out. I know of other girls, that may have felt that way about certain, but not me. I had a really good experience. I was really grateful. The girls that I met just were pretty genuine and just, trying to be cool and help everyone out for the most part.
Oh, that's cool. That probably makes it easier, especially since you're up there by yourself.
Yeah,
So
it did. That's what I was nervous about. Like if they weren't gonna be, I've heard
yeah,
about it and I was just like, man, what if everyone's just, you know, all about
bitching.
them? And
Yeah.
yeah, just I was like, oh, it's gonna be hard. But luckily I made a couple of good friends who really helped and looked out and made sure, if I needed help, they came and helped me. So good experience.
Ah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
So take me through your week. Like how does it work? It must be a lot of like interviews and picture taking and practices. And so how did that whole week like play out?
It was very fast paced for the most part, because if we weren't doing pageant events, the stages of competition, we were doing uh filming or photo shoots or optionals. So we started off day one with orientation, interviews, and photo shoot, sort of all back to back. And we're in this hotel. So as we went down for orientation, went back up to our rooms, changed for interview. And right after that, I had to sprint upstairs again and change for our photo shoot and go through all of that. And then the next day, it was waking up. We had to be ready by 6 a.m. the next day. Makeup, hair done, ready to go for swimsuit, because that was outside. And that was a whole production as well. We did the stages of competition. After that, we had different filming areas around the hotel, at the beach, at the pool, different photo shoot areas, with our state flag. So that was a whole day out in the sun. The next day was pretty much all filming, production and filming. So that part was fun. We got to do like a beachside pose off, they called it, and a dance challenge. We got more photos and pictures taken in those swimsuits. We also did uh, a yacht party. So they put us on the yacht in groups of 10. So that was really cool
Oh,
as
that's
well.
super cool.
That was
And you're in
probably,
Miami, right?
I'm in Miami. Yeah. And
Oh,
that was a
okay.
whole nother
That's
outfit
super
change.
dope.
And that was fun. We had filming on there. They had music. That was probably the best part of the pageant. That part, it was just total fun and relaxing. We could let loose and not think about the pageant that day. We also had a red carpet filming,
Oh, wow.
so that was glitz and glam. What else did we have that day? We also had a dark angel filming.
Okay,
So
what
that
is
can
that?
so Victoria's Secrets, those big wings that they wear on their
Yeah, yeah.
runway. So we did that with the black angel wings, and we had photos and filming done, and with special effects. That's
Oh,
all
wow.
for our use later. Yeah. So we'll get all these photos and
Oh, that's
videos
super
later,
cool.
which I'm excited to see. And then of course the last day was our state costumes and our evening gown and our crowning. So it was really just a whirlwind of a week, just things to do constantly, and I'm still on Hawaii time. I thought I would have adjusted, but I would be waking up in the middle of the night and then getting up by 4:30 in the morning. My
Oh,
makeup
wow.
artist would come to get me ready and out the door. So no sleep, but
Jeez.
it's all good.
Oh, that's incredible. Like, yeah, I guess so. You're not like turning up in the club the night before. It's like straight okay, I'm going to sleep right now. I got a long day the next day. And yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty serious.
yeah, our pageant directors are like, if you guys want to go and have fun and go out, that's up to you guys. But
Yeah.
they're just you got to be up early in the morning. So, but yeah, I just loved it. It was very different from your regular pageant. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's super cool. Did you have like a roommate, or you had your own room?
No, I had my own room. Some of the girls did a room with other contestants. Um, but I just had by myself. I think I just needed like the peace,
Yeah.
the quiet, and if I needed to practice or just even just relax, wind down from a day of filming and
Oh, that's
and
incredible.
pageant events. Yeah.
So when you're there, how nervous were you going on stage? And do you guys have to do a talent portion during the show, or?
Well, you could do the talent portion was during the state costume portion. Like if you
Oh,
wanted
okay.
you with your state costume, you could do whatever you wanted to do. If that's where you wanted to show off a talent, or if you just wanted to do a walk. They kind of left that optional. It wasn't a area they scored, but it was just an optional area for you to do, which a lot of contestants participated in. Just to represent their state or their home or whatever talent they wanted to show off.
So what did you do?
So I danced Tahitian. So I came
Oh,
out with,
okay.
yeah, my costume, and I did a little dance while I did my state costume, and that was just fun to do, just to show people,
Oh, so you
a little
grew up
bit of
dancing
joy.
Tahitian, or?
Yep.
Oh,
Grew up
okay.
dancing Tahitian. I still do. So I actually
Oh,
have a
okay.
show tomorrow night. I'll be dancing. So
Oh, wow.
straight back to it.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, hey, that's a good talent to have. You can use it whenever you need it.
Exactly. That's always my backup. When they say talent, I'm like, that's what I'm doing.
So I know sometimes during competitions they have where you have to pick a platform that you're gonna support. Did you have to do that as well for this contest?
Um, we did have a lot of the girls did have platforms. All of us actually have platforms, and we did promote it or when we talked to each other. So um it wasn't something that was, I guess, scored, but we all had platforms, and so we all got to talk about it. We got to learn about each other's platforms and whatnot. Mine was focused on mental health for single moms, the importance of it,
Oh,
especially
wow.
for single moms. um just being a mom myself, and primarily it's me raising my kids. So I just think it's a topic and an area that not a lot of people talk about, but I believe is very important. Um, because I think as moms, a lot of times we always put our kids first, right? It's always kids, 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 and we kind of push ourselves to the back. And a lot of the times it's hard. It's really hard, and no one wants to talk about it. And so just that was my platform, just encouraging moms to, you have to take care of yourself. You have to go after your dreams as well, because your kids will see that. And I also feel that you know if you're happy, your kids will be happy. You can't take care of people if your mental health isn't where it needs to be. So yeah.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
definitely can relate. And I think that's an amazing platform. Myself, I'm a single dad and I have
Yeah.
custody of my daughter. So she's with me most of the time. And it's hard. And there is times where you not mental breakdowns, but you need to figure stuff out, and it's not easy. And that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on, because of this competition. What you just said, like, you need to do things for yourself to make yourself happy, and also your kids look up to you, and
Hmm.
to see you doing things that make you happy, especially this pageant. You're putting yourself out there and you're showing confidence and showing strength. Like, your kids are gonna see that, and it's gonna resonate with them forever. Like, they're gonna know that forever. And for me, I think it's super cool because, like you said, being a single parent, you have to learn how to navigate, and
Mm-hmm.
like there's no days off. You
There's,
just,
yeah,
yeah,
none.
and you just gotta kind of put on mask if you have to, just for your
Exactly.
kids. And yeah, I definitely love your platform.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I know
that's super cool.
I was hoping so, because I feel a lot of times, even sometimes, you feel guilty as a parent, especially as a single parent, for doing anything that may bring you happess, or,
Yeah,
pushing you forward, because I think a lot of society has pushed us to be like, as a parent, it should be your kids 24/7, you know? And while your kids, I believe, should be an important aspect in your life, of course, they're always going to be a priority. We're human too,
yeah,
and you have to take care of yourself, and you have to go after, just because you have a kid shouldn't stop you from going after what you want as well. And you are setting an example, for your kids, for other people, and saying like, hey, I'm a parent, but I still can do this, and I can show my kids that just because you're a parent, it doesn't mean, it doesn't stop you from being all that you can be. And that's what I, teach my kids every day, that just go out there and be you regardless. I never thought I would be, 34 years old with two kids winning a pageant. So, but here I am. And
yeah,
so that's just like what I want other people, especially parents. Like, it's
yeah,
okay. It's okay to have a life outside of your
yeah.
kids,
I
and
feel
to
you.
conquer that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
so,
it's good to make time. Like I have this thing where every single Wednesday I make time to just cruise with the boys and have couple
exactly.
beers, and like it's okay. Like my daughter's good for that night, and yeah, it's just something for you, like you said, your mental health. And it feels like
Hmm.
it's like a flush for the rest of the week, and I'm good. And then
Yeah, exactly. You need your me time. Me time is
yeah,
important,
yep,
no matter what. I always say that. Even for me, going to the gym,
yep,
at night, after I'm done getting my kids with their practices and settled in, like that's my me time. That helps me. That keeps me sane. It keeps me happy, so that I can, be happy and take care of them. Because if you think about it, if you're not happy and you're miserable, you're just gonna carry that trauma over to them, right?
exactly,
And you're going to take it out on them, and then they're going to be left with all that trauma that you have. Now it goes to them. You don't
yeah,
want that,
yeah,
so I always tell people, whatever it is you want to do in life, even if it's like, I don't know, if you want to stay at home, if you want to work, if you want, whatever it is, just take care of yourself too as
yeah,
well.
for sure.
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
that definitely resonates with me big time. Like it's been up and down, trying to understand. And like there's no really rules to parenting. You kind of figuring it out on your own. And being
Mm-hmm.
a single dad, and I have a daughter, and like she's just going through she's 12, and she's
Oh,
having
yes.
situations, and I'm freaking out.
Yes.
And it's like um yeah, you just gotta navigate. Fortunately, I have a good support team, so it's like
Yeah, same. So the
yeah,
support team, a lot of people say that too. They're like, I don't know how you do it on your own. And even though I'm primarily taking care of my kids, that support system is just so important. Whoever it is, whether it's your family, your
yeah,
friends, that they play such an important role. And I'm so grateful for, a support system. And as I'm sure you
yeah.
are,
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
it makes
Yeah,
a big difference. It really
yeah.
does.
Oh, that's super cool. Okay, so you're down to the last couple girls, and what like I guess they, is it like the whole thing where they start, okay, first runner up and all this kind. And
Yes, it is.
uh
So,
so what's your mind going through like when this is happening? Like, oh that girl got eliminated. Okay, there's three left. Like, oh shit, I might be the one.
yeah, it was, so first of all, they did like, there's grand titles, right? I mean, obviously we're competing in different divisions. So my, petite, but there is a division, the MS division, which is, it looks over everyone. So no matter where you could fall under and what division, you're competing for, it looks just the overall scoring of everyone, and seeing, who placed. And so they did that. and they're calling the top 5, and I was just like, I made it into the top 5 for this, you know?
So you were like super surprised.
Yeah, so I was like super surprised for that. So I made it to top 5 for that. And then they're starting to call the names, and they called like the last 2, and this is just the overall. So this is not my division, but an overall. And granted, like I took first runner up for that, and even that was a surprise for me, to be like the second highest scoring contestant out of everyone,
Oh
not
wow,
just my division, but
international everything.
on the national
On your
side, like
national time.
out of everyone, and I was
That's
just, that to
insane.
me was already a shock. I was like, when they called me in the top 5, I was like, oh, okay. And then when they started eliminating people, I was like, no, no. And then when it came to my petite division and they announced my name, I literally was on stage and I just looked confused. I literally looked confused. I was looking around, and I'm sure the footage will come out, but I'm just looking around and I'm just in shock. And my friend next to me, she's like, that's you, like, go. Like walking up to the front and just still in shock. And the girls are coming, the reigning queens, and they're coming and they're hugging me and trying to, take off my other sash and crown me. And I was still in shock. I just didn't know what to do. I kind of I was like, thank you. Like,
That's so crazy
yeah.
because a lot of these girls, it's like they put so much pressure on themselves, and it's like, I gotta win, it's my life, and you're just like, oh wow, I made it this far. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
I was
yeah,
very
oh
relaxed.
wait, I won. Oh okay,
Throughout the
wait, what do I
pageant,
do?
a lot of the girls were like, you're just so relaxed, and they're just like, you're so friendly. And I always credit that to just being in Hawaii. I think
It's
just,
aloha.
being here, yeah, it's just kind of like, I even went out with the mindset of, you know what, it's an accomplishment to be Miss Hawaii World's America. And I'm just gonna go out there and have fun. And whatever happens, happens. And just go out there, be me. Like, don't try to be anyone else. Just be yourself and enjoy your time. And so when I went up there, I wasn't really like looking to be like, okay, that's my competition. I gotta beat her. I gotta do this. I
Yeah,
just went
yeah.
out there, I did whatever I needed to do. And I honestly don't remember half the things I did when I was in stage or the interview. I kind of was just, I was just out there to have fun and
Get a good
I
experience.
good experience,
Yeah.
and I must have translated, so
I feel like
yeah.
aloha and if you're genuine, that kind of beats out everything. And yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like this pageant is super cool. Like I said, like to know that your kids are gonna watch this, or did they? Was it live or?
it wasn't live, but there is like footage and whatnot, and I would call them every day. And actually, I had called them. Well, it was an accident. I had just won. We were getting off the stage, we're packing up, and we had to head back to the bus. And so, I was gonna call them right when I got to the hotel room because it was just all a rush of emotions and a rush back. But I had accidentally dialed my son, and he's like, "Mom, mom," and I was like, "Oh, hi." It's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I won. And I just like showed him like my crown and sash. And he just went off screaming to my mom and to my daughter. And they're like, you won, you really won. And so it was just a, great experience to just share that with them. They're just super excited um, about it. They were just like, no, you really, really won. Like, they were in disbelief, like, really? I
That's
was like,
super
yeah,
cool.
I did. Like, I won, a grand title. And yeah, it's surreal. I was in shock for the rest of the day.
Well, so how old are your kids?
My daughter is 13 and my son is 12. So they're
Oh,
back to
okay.
back.
So they know exactly what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
they really wanted to be there in Florida, but I was just, I don't want to be stressed out,
Yeah, yeah. Kids will
having
stress
kids
you out.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids. And I was just like, mom just needs this time to just, go on there. Like, okay, well, they'll cheer for me from home. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's super cool. So how would they or anybody be able to watch this pageant?
So yeah, they don't live stream the pageant, but I do believe they're going to be putting out footage, usually through Instagram. There's a website, the Miss World International, that they've slowly been putting little clips out of,
Okay.
the pageant. So I think they'll slowly start to trickle in, but it's a big production, so they got to put everything together. And on top
Yeah.
of that, the cool part about this is they put together all video footage of all the girls and all our photos that we took, all our photo shoots. They give all of that to us so that we can build our portfolio to use it for whatever we need to,
Oh,
whether
that's
it's to go out and, promote our platforms or help us in different areas. So they're busy doing all of that as well. But yeah, that was another portion of the pageant that I really liked and I thought was modern and different. And that's the whole reason why I went with this pageant. It was a different feel. So
Oh, that's
yeah.
super cool. Yeah, I think yeah, I kind of like the vibe for this one. It seems like something that um like a lot of people could get behind because like I said, it's your mom, and there's a lot of moms out there that want to see other
Yes,
moms doing cool
it was
stuff,
a
you know
lot
what I
of
mean?
moms out there, and even small things like tattoos. A lot of times in regular pageants, you got to cover up the
Oh
tattoos and all
yeah.
of that. And this one, they embrace, things like that, like tattoos. They
Oh,
want to
that's
see
super
it.
cool.
They want to don't cover it up, and that's what I love too. I have a couple, and
Oh really?
yeah,
Nice.
so I could just go out there, and show it off. And they also had there was specialty titles as well throughout the pageant. So they even crowned on the national and international side like a Miss Inked.
Oh
So
wow, that's super
yeah,
cool.
so that was super neat to see. Just celebrating women in general, just like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, size, age, whether you have cellulite or stretch marks or whatever, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, like you're not gonna get docked points for any of that. It's basically just be who you are, and they want to see that shine through the camera, because all of it is virtual. The judges are all international,
Oh wow.
so what they see is through the camera. That's what's also different about this pageant. It's all, whatever you give off to the camera, your personality, your facial expressions, just being you, they want to see that. And that's how, they score you. So that was also a cool aspect as well.
Yeah,
So
that seems super cool. Did how long has this pageant been going on? I feel like this pageant could blow up. I feel like a lot of people would want to see it.
I believe it could. Like I said, it's only been in America for a couple of years, but internationally it's been a pageant for a long time from what I've heard. But it came to the US, which is why they started the national side of it. Um, and so I expect it to just, keep getting bigger and bigger as, the years go on. So I'm really excited. I would definitely promote it to any girls that are
Yeah,
interested in doing a pageant, So
that's
yeah.
cool. You sound like a very strong, confident person. That's super cool. That's a cool experience.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
I try to be, yeah, of course everyone has fears and get nervous, but I think, as I've gone through my journey in life, I've learned that, not to let fear hold me back in what
yeah.
I want to do. And again, everything that motivates me comes from my kids. Like, what would I want my kids to see?
Yeah.
So
They're the winners in this whole thing. They're gonna see their
yes, they
mom get a
are.
pageant. Yeah, that's
This
super
is,
dope.
I always tell them they're
Yeah,
always my driving force behind a lot of things, that I
yeah.
do. So
And think about it, Miss America's kids ain't seeing her be Miss America. They're gonna see video of it.
exactly,
Not
and
they're not living
next,
it.
yeah, so next year I can go and compete on the international side, and I'll
Oh,
be
nice.
competing as Miss America Petite,
Oh,
so
so that's going down next year then.
yeah, that'll be going down next year about the same time, next August. So I'm
Okay.
excited for that as well. It's kind of like
That's
a little
super
bit of
cool.
relaxing and then,
Yeah.
getting ready for that. And I love that my kids will get to see all of this.
Yep,
You
for
know.
sure. So So with your title now, like what are your like expectations and what are your like demands? Like what does the pageant need you to do to like as the winner?
Um, Honestly, the pageant directors, they leave it up to you. They say, how you want to go about using your title, they let you figure that out. But a lot of us, we got into it because we want to promote our platforms, and use that
Yeah.
mostly. And so that's what I plan on doing with mine. I just got back, but I'm really starting, like,
Yeah,
trying
you're
to
on my show talking
brainstorm.
about it.
Yes, exactly. I just came back and I'm already, like, I'm trying to brainstorm and, network and make connections where I can, advocate for my platform and, just network with people in the community and here and elsewhere. I'm also been working, like, a lot of the queens that won on the national side, we've already started a group chat and we're trying to network and figure out what we can do and how we can promote all of our platforms and even maybe travel and do national events. So we already brainstormed about, we'll be going to the Major League Baseball celebrity game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it's in June. We'll be there to promote and all of that. So it's just, yeah,
It's just
a lot of things.
beginning. It's just
Yeah,
starting. Yeah.
it's just beginning. I really want to make good use of my year as,
Yeah.
Miss World America Petite. I don't want it to go to waste at all. And so I'm just gonna try as much as possible to push and get out there.
Oh, good for you. And I like I
Mhm.
said, I definitely can get behind your platform. Yeah.
Yes.
So what else do you do? Like, do you have like a full-time job
I am. So I actually work for the city. I'm a human resource specialist. So that's my full-time job.
for the
My
city?
fun, yeah, the city and county.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my fun job is I get to dance at night. I
Oh,
dance Tahitian with Ma'ohi Nui. And so we have shows that we do, here and there. So I get to do that. So that's always fun. And then other than that, I'm just being a mom and
that's a
transporting
full-time
kids
job.
to
Yeah.
soccer and football and, all of that.
Yeah. That being a mom is definitely a full-time job. So now
Yes,
you got
reality definitely kicked in as soon as
yeah.
I stepped off the plane, got in my car. It was already pick up the kids from
Yeah.
school, take them to practice, drop them
Yeah.
off, pick them up. So I was like, here I am, no days
Yep.
off.
Off cloud nine, back to reality.
Yeah, off cloud nine,
Ah,
exactly.
that's cool. So where did you grow up? Like you grew up on Oahu.
Grew up on Oahu, mostly in Aiea. Spent a lot of time in Waipahu. That's where my grandma was. She was like my second mom. Was here, graduated from Hawaii Baptist Academy, played basketball, soccer.
Oh wow, you really were a tomboy.
Oh,
HBA, that's
very,
the one by
very much
Pully.
so. Yep, right on
Oh, okay,
Pully,
okay.
right off of the overpass. Yeah.
Private school.
Private school. I was the only one that
Yeah.
went to private school. I begged my parents to let me go to IAEA with the rest of my siblings, and they said no. But you know
Oh,
what? I'm thankful I went there. Everything happened for a reason. So
yeah.
yeah.
Where do you live now?
Now I'm in Wanalua.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, just a town over, I guess. Jump over. So I'm over there now. Been there for quite some time, but
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Oh, your kids must love it there, huh?
Yeah, they do. They enjoy it there. They're at Aliamanu right now.
Oh,
They're both
okay.
in LA. Yeah, they're both in intermediate
My
together
mom was a
again.
principal there at one point at
Oh,
you guys.
really?
Yeah, a while
Oh,
ago, a
did you
while
grow
ago.
up there?
No, no, I grew up
Oh, no,
Kaneohe.
no.
I'm from
Oh,
Kaneohe.
Kaneohe. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
She just worked over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay, got you. Yeah. They're, teenagers and now they're back in school together. So
Oh, Yeah,
I
that's
was like,
either good or bad. It could
yes,
work either
exactly.
way.
Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Sometimes I pick them up, they had a good day. Other times I pick them up and they're fighting, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's gonna be interesting when they get older, and then they're gonna be checking out their siblings, friends, and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
That's what happened to
Right.
me, my sister. Yeah.
Yep, that I feel like it's kind of started already, you know, and
Oh,
sometimes they're like, those are my friends, and
yeah.
stay with your friends, and all my friends think you're so cute, and I don't, you know, and I'm like, oh, oh.
It's starting, huh?
It definitely has started. Teenagers is very different, you know?
Yup,
Like, I don't know if I'm
I
ready for
know.
this,
I'm
but I have
not.
no
I'm
choice.
Yeah. I'm 1 year away, and it's like, oh, I was just watching videos and pictures with my daughter when she was super tiny, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, where did you go? Like, what happened?
Exactly. I've
Yeah.
done that recently too, and it's just crazy how time just flies by. You
Yeah.
know, I was just like, wow, like you're a teenager now. Pretty soon you're going to be graduating high school,
I
you
know.
maybe going off to college. I don't know. It's just,
Pump the brakes a little bit.
yes, exactly. Time just went by so quick. I didn't believe them when they were babies. People were saying, enjoy it. It's going to go by quick. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, everybody says
it's,
it too, right?
it
And then
seems
when
like
it's
it's going to take forever.
yeah.
And now I'm like, no, I get sad.
Yeah. One thing good about nowadays is everybody has a camera or video camera in their
Yes,
pocket. So I feel
yes.
like we're fortunate to be able to capture moments and pictures and videos more so than ever like in the past. So oh, those things mean a lot, especially when like you said, our kids are growing up. It's cool to reflect and understand like, wow, like we went through a lot, and yeah, it's cool to
We made
see.
it. We went through a
Yeah.
lot together and we made it.
Yeah, we're making it.
We're making it.
Yeah.
But we will make it, but we're
Yeah.
getting there.
So your kids play sports. Do they play the same sports that you used to play? Obviously, you didn't play football, but soccer and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so my daughter plays soccer, so that made me happy. That she chose that sport. Just one day she was like, Mom, do you think I could try soccer again? And I was like, yes, of course,
Yeah.
love it. I tried to get them to play basketball. They did play when they were younger, but none of them are really showing an interest in basketball. That was my primary sport. And
Okay.
I really wanted one of them to play. Maybe my son might pick it up, on the off season later. Fingers crossed, but
Yeah.
he's really always been about football. He loves it. He tells me
Oh,
that's
that's
my
cool.
happy place. So I say, okay, you know,
Yeah.
do you? And they enjoy it. So I'm just glad that they found something that they love and enjoy. And then of course they dance as well with
Oh, that's
our
super
group.
cool.
So that's something that I love. That's like a family thing that we do together. We dance. My son also picks up fire knife. Like he's
Oh,
starting to get
wow.
more into that. Yeah, we just had our 20th anniversary luau in July. And so it's so nice to have them, and dance on stage with them and just share all of that with them.
That's super
Yeah,
awesome.
I enjoy that more than anything,
Yeah.
is just having that time and something that we do as a family.
Wow. And dance is special. Like that's a cool art to
Yes,
belong to.
exactly.
Yeah.
Special culture. I tell them, you learn about your culture, you learn about, different things. So you guys are always going to do this,
Oh,
you
that's
know?
cool. That mean
Yeah.
that's yeah, I never would have even imagined how cool that would feel. Like if you're all on stage dancing together, performing.
Yes,
That's
it is. I mean, because they dance, when they were babies, but it's different now that they're older and they get to dance. My son he gets to dance with the guys, and my daughter, she actually, she dances with me now. And so it's just so nice to share that with them and be learning the same numbers and practicing together. And, it's definitely something that I value a lot and I
yeah.
love it. Yeah.
And how's going to the games? Like, are you one of those screaming parents or you're just like,
Oh, I definitely am because I'm so into sports. I'm not one
oh
of those
yeah,
moms that sit and clap. I
yeah.
will be, yelling. I'm actually with my daughter's team. I'm usually under the tent with them.
Oh,
I was kind of like the unofficial, like
team
maybe
mom.
assistant, yeah,
Oh, assistant
assistant
coach.
coach, team mom. I kind of just, I do help out at my daughter's soccer practices, kind of just help, I love that, she asked like, Mom, are you gonna help us out? Can you like help us out at practices? So that's something that always makes me happy. Like any chance I get to be involved with my kids, I will. So
Oh yeah.
I do that. Yeah, my son's football games, I'm always screaming, be yelling at him to, run the ball. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Yeah.
You can be
Yeah.
like forever their number one fan.
Oh, always. I'm always cheering them on. I
Yeah.
love my son last season, he wrote on his cleats, he wrote mom with a heart. And
Oh,
so,
that's super dope.
yeah, so it's the little things like that,
Yeah.
make me happy. I'm always going to be cheering them on. I told them no matter what, as long as they do whatever makes them happy, then,
Yeah.
I'm happy. So,
My this past weekend, so my daughter danced her whole life
okay.
for 24/7 hip
Oh,
hop and like yeah.
24.
Yeah, she's
Nice.
super into it, but she had this thing this past year or so she wanted to play volleyball. So she tried out for her intermediate school team, never played before. And we went to her trials and had plenty girls. I'm like, oh, okay, this might not be good.
Yeah.
And she made the team and they cut a bunch of girls and she made it. And she's never played like learn like the basics in PE and then we'd play in the yard or whatever. And then like she's just really determined to play. So they just had her first game last week and she didn't start, but she was the only one they would sub in and out. And for some reason they asked me to be the line judge where I just hold the flag if the ball's in or
Yeah.
out. So I'm standing and she gets put into the game and I'm standing right behind her and it's her first time and I know that she's like super stoked and like she's been trying hard and practicing hard and like I'm just watching her and just like like I know in her head this is her moment like and to be like right next to her like literally standing watching her it was a trip. It made me feel super good.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet. I bet. She must have loved that. I know you love that.
Oh yeah. And for me it was something that I always had like my football games or my fights or soccer or
Mhm, mhm.
baseball. Like I could always look in the stands and see my parents. I'd be at Aloha Stadium coming out of the locker room with full helmet, everything. I could see my mom waving. It's like
Yeah.
when you're a kid, you don't really
You don't really,
understand.
really,
Yeah,
yeah, but it
but
makes a big difference.
yeah.
It really does.
And I always said like, whatever my daughter's does, I'm gonna be there. So when she gets older, she's gonna remember, oh yeah, daddy was there every single time. So like yeah, that matters.
Yeah, it really does, and looking back on it too, at my games, my parents always tried to be there as much as they could, and I just appreciated that so
Yeah.
much, to have someone there. Because there were people who didn't,
Yeah.
have, their parents to come out and stuff. And so I'm so happy. And so I do the same for my kids. I get sad when I miss a game. My daughter be like, you're not gonna come, you're not gonna be able to come to my game. I was like, I know, but I'll cheer you on, update me, you call me afterwards,
Yeah.
we talk about the game. Yeah, so I missed one of her first preseason games this while I was on the trip, but she called
Oh,
me afterwards. Yeah. I was
oh,
like,
that's cool.
oh, but yes, as much as possible, I try to be there all the time as well.
Yeah,
So,
gotta.
got to, you need to. They need that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
super cool. And like I said, they're gonna remember, regardless if they understand now, but when they get
Understand or
older,
appreciate it
yeah.
now. Yeah, they
Cause
will.
I,
Because me
yeah,
too. I used to be like, like, oh, I just like, But looking back on it, I was just like, I am so happy that they were
Yeah,
there. It really just give you an extra push, whether you realize it or not,
for
you
sure.
know. hmm
So like on your free time, like what do you get to do for fun? You seem like you have a jam-packed schedule.
I usually do have a jam-packed schedule. Everyone's all like, you're always so busy. But when I do get some time off, I love to just go to the beach, take my kids to the beach as much as possible. Um, just relax. I don't do something they want to do. Sometimes they maybe just want to watch a movie together, or, maybe go out with my friends, girls brunch, drink a couple
Brunch.
mimosas.
Not rage out at the
Um,
club.
yeah, we try to have sometimes like a girls' night, or my best friends. We try to do something, and of course the kids are always invited. It doesn't matter. They all know where I go, my kids go most of the time.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, just kind of relax and enjoy my time. Yeah, I don't really do much, and if it's just me, a lot of times I'll just be in bed binge watching Netflix or something, because I don't get to do that a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I like to do. I just like to not do anything sometimes, because I'm
Yeah,
always on the
sleep.
go.
Yeah.
Yes, sleep, especially when my kid's dad, he lives in Texas, so they'll go up, during the summertime for a little bit. And everyone's all like, "Oh, you're free. We can go out and do all these different things." And I'm literally sleeping, watching Netflix, relaxing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
I'd be the
that's
same
what I
way.
do mostly on my yeah, right? On your time off.
Oh, that's
So
cool. That's cool. Well, we've been going for almost an hour, and I do appreciate you coming on, just coming back from your trip. And yeah, I definitely glad that I can help get your message out and let people know about not only this pageant, but how moms can get time for themselves, and mental health is always a big issue, and especially for me and people I know. I know a lot of single parents that feel the same
yeah,
way, and it's hard to just catch your breath
catch
sometimes.
your
So
breath,
yeah.
and yeah, no, I appreciate you having me here. And yeah, I just if if you can get the word out about platform or just anything, like,
Yeah.
I just find it's so important. And I just want parents to know too, that it's okay. Like, it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to feel like you're breaking down, or wondering, am I doing this correctly? There's just, I think we just put a lot of pressure on ourselves,
Yeah.
especially single parents. We just, everyone always tells me, but you always just seem so happy and you're laughing. And I'm like, I am, but a lot of times too, it's what they don't see,
Yeah.
when you're at home or by yourself, and the pressure and all that. And it's just, I want to be able to create a safe place too, to just talk about it, whatever it is, just talk about
Yeah.
it, and get it off your chest, because sometimes you need other people, and you need people that are going through the same thing to understand. And once you realize, like, hey, it's not just me, and there's other people struggling or dealing with the same issues, it kind of it helps to relieve that burden. It helps kind of jumpstart and kickstart, okay, well, if they can do it, and if they got to where they were, and
Yeah.
we're all human. We're just all human, and you got to take care of yourself. You
Yeah.
really do. So I just want to be able to promote that, and just give people a place to talk about it. you know
Yeah. For
yeah.
real. And I think that's the problem with, I know with guys especially, because
Yes.
they don't like seem vulnerable or weak, or like,
Hmm.
for me it's not even a big deal. Like when I was going through my divorce back in the day, like I had like my friend Jaren and a couple of my other friends, Frank and all like Hopper Boy and Chris, they would just, oh, allow me to talk about how I felt. And oh, like some of those conversations just made all the difference. And
Mm-hmm.
because I had a purge where I could just be like, oh man, this is what's bothering me, and I felt comfortable enough to talk to them without feeling like a panty or like vulnerable. It's like I feel like most guys should do that. Like even if it's you're not going through like something super traumatic, but like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's call your friend, oh, I had a shitty day, bro. This happened. It's like
Exactly.
I feel like that's important, and you don't have to lose your manliness
Yeah, you're
for,
man.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for expressing your emotions that's not always positive.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to teach my son too, is that, I know society has taught you guys to be tough and, you know, don't express your emotions because you're gonna look weak. And I tell him it's okay, it's okay to do that. You're not weak. You're actually stronger for doing that. You're stronger for talking about your emotions and, trying to communicate how you really feel rather than holding it all in and trying to put on like a facade. And, because then it's just
Yeah.
going to eat it away at you slowly. So talk about it. It's okay. People might look at you and be like, but it's just the way, a lot of society has taught us, just don't do that, which,
Yeah.
especially with guys. And I just, I want them to be like, express it, it's okay. And even as parents, or just people in general, you don't want to talk about a problem because in the back of your head, it's not really that big of a deal. Like, and that was something I used to do. Like, well, there's other people that are going through way worse than me. So I shouldn't complain about my problem
Yeah.
because it's not even that big. But it's still,
It's
it
big to
still
you.
matters. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a problem, it's an issue to you and it still matters. And if
Yeah.
that's something that's affecting you and how you're performing, how, you're you are on a daily basis and you're not happy, it's something to talk about. And
Yeah.
that's, what I try to tell people. It doesn't matter how little it is, it doesn't matter how stupid you think it is. If you need to talk, if you need to, pick up the phone and call me, just talk about it. I'm not going to judge you because you think it's just so small. Like
Yeah.
sometimes the small things add up, you know?
A- And it does help to be that window. Like I always tell my friends, oh, bro, if you ever need to talk about something, just call me up. Like it's not a big deal. So I always offer opportunity to have conversations like that, just in case somebody needs it or somebody I know needs it.
Exactly. You never know. And so,
Yeah.
I teach my kids that too. I said, never judge a book by its cover. You don't know what's happening. Be kind, be nice, just be genuine. So those are, yeah, just
That's cool. Okay, so you're gonna be running for the whole shebang next August, you said. Is it
yeah.
August? Yeah, it's still August.
Yeah, I think it'll take
Yeah.
place in August. Yeah.
Oh,
So I'll
that's
be back
cool.
there.
Yeah, so hopefully we can help get you some steam going for your next one. And let's see, where can people find you on Instagram, or like what's your social media?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is Janine, it's my name, and then it's underscore Akela Malia. It's AKELAMALIA. I also have Facebook, which is my name, Janine Diehl. You can find me on there. And TikTok.
Oh
TikTok
no.
is, yeah.
Are you
TikTok
doing
is my fun
dances and all
place.
this kind?
Yeah, TikTok is my fun place.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, um you're actually talking about IREP Detail Supply, right? Are they one
Yeah,
of your sponsors? Yeah, so I'm friends with
with Kaika.
Kaika on
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah, so we be going at it all the time with the
Oh
videos
no. You guys
and
should do a
laughing.
collab. He's
We
all
are,
into
so we
being
actually
dancing
talked
and
about,
doing
yes, we
stupid stuff.
actually talked about that, about
Oh good. Shout out to
collab,
Kaika. Yeah.
shout out to Kaika. He's
Yeah.
hilarious. We are,
Yeah.
he actually just commented on my video. He's like, she's back.
Nice.
So yes, we're planning. I told him I have to get down to the shop one day and we gotta do like a
Yeah.
funny dancing
But
video.
you
But you
gotta
can
do a
find,
bunch of them. Yeah.
yes, we gotta just bang it out in one
Yeah.
day. And that's just a fun place. I tell people just be you. that's another aspect of me. Like, it's not always serious. There's a fun
Oh
side, you
yeah.
know, it's just be you. So I am on TikTok. It's I think you can find me by my name, Janine, or
Oh,
my handle is Akela Malia. So if you want to just laugh, you know,
that's
just
cool. I
have a
can't wait
just
to
go on.
see those. I can't wait to see you do videos with Kaika. You should have seen the videos we made with Kaika when he used to work for me for Artist Group Network. Like we dressed him
Okay.
up in a bra and he was Rihanna and Micah Banks beat him up. Like we used to make him do all kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, he cracks me up.
Yeah.
We be like, yeah, and it's funny, you know, you never know how you're gonna meet people and make friends. And we actually met on TikTok. You
Oh
know,
really?
we became friends, like just the videos, the sense of
Yeah.
humor, and yeah, so we're like, we got to get a collab going between
Yeah.
us, you know.
And he's no shame at making
Exactly. That's what I love. No
embarrassing
shame. Be
himself.
you.
Yeah.
And me too. I'm
Yeah.
embarrassing myself on there. And you know, it's all I tell my kids too. Social media, you don't need to be perfect on social media either. You know,
Yeah.
be yourself, be you, have fun, don't matter what people think, you know, and that's what my TikTok is about. It's just me and
Okay.
videos. So
I
you can go
definitely
and
gotta
check
check
that
that
out
out.
as well. Yeah.
All right. And for us, you can always find us at Above the Bridge Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Also, our website is atbpod.com. And for me, you can find me at Daddy High on Instagram. Well, I appreciate you for coming on our show, and I'm kind of excited to see how far you take this platform. And let me know if I can help in any way, because I'm down, because I really believe in your
Yes.
platform for sure.
Yes, I definitely will be in touch with you. I feel like we can, you know, talk and collaborate about
Yeah.
a couple of things. So, yes, more than sure.
And congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's super
Yes, I'm
cool.
still taking it all in, but thank you. Like I was telling people, you know, really winning this title was for the state of Hawaii. Like
Yep.
it's crazy, you know, when I think about it, like this girl from an island in the middle of the sea, you know, like I told people like winning this crown was just for home. And I'm
Yep.
just so happy to just bring it home and represent for, you know, the people of Hawaii. Like we made it, we're on the map.
Yep.
Again, don't let anyone tell you you can't do anything because
Yep.
here we are. So I'm just
Exactly.
excited to be representing for Hawaii.
Oh,
So
that's super cool. Congratulations. All
thank
right.
you.
Well, shakas for the cameras. Yeah. All right, we're done. Shout out to the Artist Group Network. Aloha.
Bye.